September 28th, 1985 stands out in my mind. And it stands out in all Londoners, but especially black Londoners.
Fires are still burning in Brixton in South London after an evening of rioting. It began as a demonstration of anger after police had shot and seriously wounded a woman while searching her house.
It was a dawn raid. The police broke down the door, suspecting that there was an armed gunman in the house.
Police had been looking for her son, Michael Groce, described as extremely dangerous.
A black mother, innocently sleeping at home, in front of her 4 kids, she was shot.
Let's just be very clear here. A mother is shot in her own home in front of her children by armed police officers for no reason.
She running back towards her bedroom and the police shoot her in her back.
Doctors have confirmed that Mrs. Cherry Groce is paralysed from the waist down.
The immediate aftermath of that event was a community that were enraged. They took to the streets and the streets lit up with flames.
The Brixton Riots. We need to put the event of the shooting of Cherry Groce into context.
I think it's fair to say that policing back in the 80s was not the type of policing that we'd see today.
There was a dreaded sus law. The suspected person. We were being stopped, challenged, thrown up against the wall, thrown up over the car, and being asked to justify why we were Londoners.
They don't show us no respect. How the hell are we going to show them any respect?
Are they really doing that? Are they really harassing people every day, day in, day out?
Every day.
Nobody can be proud of what happened during the Brixton riots, but I think we will understand exactly why it took place now.
September 2015 will be the 30th anniversary of Cherry Groce's shooting. This story is not yet over. There was an internal investigation which never saw the light of day, not until the inquest some 29 years later. The police officer in question is acquitted, and it takes another 8 years for Cherry Groce to receive any form of compensation. And what happened in 2011 was that a woman died a premature death on the basis of that shooting. I'll use the word crusade. I believe that is what the family embarked upon following Cherry's death. A crusade to hear truth.
Well, it's yet another case from the past that has come back to embarrass the Metropolitan Police. New Scotland Yard today offered a public apology for the accidental shooting of Cherry Groce nearly 3 decades ago. An inquest will take place this summer.
My daughter approached me and said that one of her very good friends was going through a pretty difficult time and mentioned it's Cherry Groce's son, and an inquest was coming up. Within 10 minutes of speaking to Lee, I had to help. It was too compelling, he was too honest, he was too authentic, and honestly, he was a little bit lost.
First time I've been in this room since. I don't think I'd ever get over what happened that day. Whenever I think about this situation, I'm like an 11-year-old kid again.
What's really important here is that a story is told in its fullness. It's reenacted. It looks at archived material. It looks at the balance of the story that's being told from the perspective of all the characters. And then it follows the journey of a son. A son who took on the responsibility and the dignity of his mother.
We've also got access to the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, Bernard Hogan-Howe, who I know well, and I've been speaking to, and facilitated a meeting with him, Lee, and his family.
An inquest has heard that the death of Cherry Groce was directly linked to her being shot by police 26 years earlier.
The Metropolitan Police Commissioner apologised unreservedly. Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe said he's sorry that Cherry Groce was no longer alive to hear his apology.
The family finally have the answers they've been battling for.
Now that it's been agreed that the police could have done so much better, what happens next? What's actually going to happen? What are they going to do about this? What does society want to do about this? And what happens to Lee and his sisters who have suffered in silence for so long? I have this view that this is the most cosmopolitan city on earth. It's the greatest city on earth. And we need to demonstrate that.
This story proceeds as Lee and the Commissioner work together, not only to ensure that the right compensation is now paid to the siblings of Cherry Groce for the failures on that fateful day. But as important, that a commissioner and a young black man from Brixton, whose mother was shot by the police, can work together for a safer and a better London.